Guys, welcome back to my channel. As you've just seen, I have just finished my weekly watch list and my daily watch list. So Monday is a really important day for any trader, really, just to get your eyes on the market and what you're looking for the week coming. So I only have one thing on watch today. Last week I closed out 2 trades, both in profit, so really excited to see some green for the month. November was really quiet for me. I only took 1 trade for like 1.3%. So I am really excited to see some movement, some volatility in the market. It's been a particularly quiet, I think almost 6 months for our strategy. So yeah, really hoping for a big December before I start looking at 2020 and some of those charts. So really exciting times. But what I really want to talk about today is my journey and how I found FX, how long I've been doing it, and sort of why, I guess, I'm doing it. So in January 2018, one of my partner's friends, he introduced us to Infinite Prosperity. So pretty much it's an online training education program, and I absorbed it. Like the minute I started looking at it, I just couldn't get enough. I went through the lessons, I think, in a week. I just dedicated the entire month to learning it, and it was one of those things that as I was reading more and more about it, it just made sense. Like it resonated really strongly. And I sort of dabbled a little bit in stocks growing up. My dad likes sort of stock picking here and there, and he's quite good at it. And so I sort of had a bit of an understanding about it, but never had any like real structure around it or specific strategies or really the mindset to be profitable long term. It just was something fun to do. So as I was reading the course, I was just absolutely blown away. It wasn't obviously just trading. It was like your long-term wealth plan and your mindset and your emotions and journaling. And so all of that made perfect sense to me. And by February, I was sort of swing trading a little bit. Obviously, the first 6 months was really rough. I didn't know even how to use my broker platform. I was under trade sizing, making some silly mistakes. But after about 6 months, I joined Live Trader. So that was run by 2 of the traders within Infinite Prosperity, and pretty much it was a 2 to 4 time a week webinar where they would sit down and look at the markets live with you. And that was amazing. Like that, my learning went from like here to here in the space of like 2 months. Just sitting there with a trader, the start of a London session 3 times a week, going through the charts, comparing watch lists, making sure that what you're seeing is what they're seeing, and it was the most amazing format that I've ever learnt in. So I was doing that for about 6 months. I started seeing some results. Obviously, I was just kind of doing the break-even dance because, I was still less than 6 months into my journey. So I didn't really expect to see anything amazing. But I was ASRing, I was doing my review. By the end of the week, I was looking at the trades I took and making sure I don't make the same mistakes again. And I started properly day trading, I'd say, from June 2018. Started recording my trades in Evernote, now I use Bear, and just making sure that I was keeping myself accountable to staying true to the strategies I was learning. After a while, though, I started sort of noticing that I was becoming very dependent on those traders and, waiting for their watch list to come out in the morning to validate my own analysis. I was still taking trades based on what they would say rather than what I was looking at. And so I sort of took a bit of a break for about 2 months. So I just kind of went away, did my own thing, really relied on my own analysis, relied on my own view of the market. And it was really hard. It was so hard, like not having a community where I could just like see what other people were looking at, or if I had a morning where I didn't want to do my watch list, I could be lazy and like see what they were looking at as well. And it wasn't the best mindset to be in. So once I had that time alone, I came back into the group. I really enjoyed it. I was becoming more and more confident month on month with what I was seeing. I got married 6 months later. So there was a lot of things going on. I was quite distracted. And I knew that I wanted to come back in April 2019, just taking all the things I've learned from the year before and really focus on becoming consistent. Around that time, I really started looking at my career and thinking, what do I actually want to do here? So I've had quite a linear, fairly normal career up to that point. I finished year 12. I got the enter I needed to get into the uni course that I wanted. I did a science degree at Melbourne Uni, and then I did a master's of mechanical engineering. So I really wanted to be an engineer. I just didn't think leaving, like, you know, quitting 9 to 5 was even something to be proud of. I was like, look, you worked really hard to get into a job so many people would kill to get into. Like, why would you just give it away for, you know, to be trendy or whatnot? So when I joined IP, I was quite surprised that the focus was very much on quitting a job, training full time. I didn't really understand what trading lifestyle meant. I was still very new to it, and I was enjoying my job. I loved it. And it wasn't until about a year into trading that I realized, oh, my attention's now moving more and more from work into the markets and into trading. And I was getting more of my fulfillment and satisfaction from trading, and not as much from my job, which I absolutely love. So that was kind of the tension that I currently find myself in. I'm still in my 9 to 5. I work in cybersecurity. It's an area that's really interesting to me, and I'm quite passionate. It's very flexible. I can work from home a lot. So there's no real need in me to quit my job. I think the important thing is building my capital, making sure that my mindset is in the right place, scaling up my trades. So that brings you pretty much up to speed. So here I am in December 2019. I've been sort of in the markets for 2 years, but probably day trading for 18 months. My last month results for the last 4 months have been really, really good. I'm really, really happy with that. I feel like I'm getting more and more consistent within myself. My results are reflecting that. My account is slowly growing, and that is why I wanted to start this channel, because I really want to document this journey. Moving into 2020, I want that momentum to continue on, to grow exponentially. I had to come to the decision that, yes, I want to be a full-time trader. I love my job. I have no resentment towards it, and I absolutely am grateful for the journey that got me there. You know, the degree that I'm still paying off my uni fees. But that's all what got me to this point. It's all what got me to learning trading from Infinite Prosperity. It's what got me to the point where I understood what I was giving up for another career. The thing I want to address as well is that I don't necessarily consider it retiring from the 9 to 5. I think that's sort of been overused. I mean, you're still putting in work to get money. It's not entirely passive when you're day trading. So for me, I see it more as a career change. You know, I really enjoy the financial sector. I really enjoy investing and trading and learning about that stuff. And it's not necessarily me just retiring. It's about me changing careers. And so I really cannot wait to share that journey with you guys. That is my story so far. I don't know what 2020 is going to bring. I'm really, really excited. For me, the main goal at the moment is consistency, account growth, being able to, as returns, cover my lifestyle expenses. That's my goal for 2020. Also just continuously learning, growing, you know, creating a community of traders on this platform and being able to share people's struggles, share my struggles, and share my wins as well. So thanks for listening, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you really like it, please subscribe down below, and I will have another video for you soon.